as a path to the prosperity of the nation. Let peace reign. On the news this afternoon, Governor Fubara to swear in Commissioner designate special advisors. Lawyer warns APC's Okocha against resisting his sack by High Court. Blackout looms in rivers, others as electricity workers threaten strike. And on the foreign scene, Thai court dismisses Prime Minister for violating Constitution. I'm Ife Chukwumoyle with the news. Now, in approximately 1 hour from now, Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara will swear in 5 commissioners designate and 2 special advisors at the Executive Council Chambers, Government House, Port Harcourt. The swearing-in ceremony was announced in a statement by the Chief Press Secretary to the Governor, Nelson Chukwudi. The commissioners designate were screened and cleared by the Victor Okojumbo-led House of Assembly yesterday.
Distinguished honorable members, having screened and confirmed the commissioner nominees as commissioners into the Rivers State Executive Council, we will hereby call on the clerk to convey the resolutions of this House to His Excellency.
The commissioners designate are Ilamu Arugu, Roland Obed-White, Samuel Enyuba, Austin Nadozie, and Sam Aya, while the special advisors are Forgive Amakri and Achonna. During the sitting yesterday, the Assembly also extended to 2 weeks presentation of the report on the State Transport Authority Reform Bill 2024 by the Ad Hoc Committee, while the bill to establish the State Technical and Vocational Training Institutes and other matters passed second reading. Moving on, a lawyer, Idris Abayomi Shehu, says a court has the jurisdiction to intervene in the internal affairs of a political party if the party fails to adhere to its own constitution. Mr. Abayomi Shehu, who made this known in an interview with our correspondent, was reacting to the statement by the Tony Okocha-led APC Caretaker Committee that the court cannot interfere in the party's internal matters following Monday's judgment that sacked them.
There are exceptions to that judgment of the Supreme Court which says no court should interfere in the internal affairs of a political party. The court will not allow that party to overnight overturn its rule against the election of a set of persons who are acting as the executive of that party. Not even the party can cut short the terms as set down in the rules and regulations, especially that of the constitution of that party. So in that case, as it is in this case, as it was ruled on, definitely the court has the jurisdiction.
Similarly, a Port Harcourt-based lawyer, Sowe Eli, says the High Court judgment clarified the difference between internal party affairs and the APC constitution. He spoke to correspondent Yobi Oruwari.
The judge did not share the powers between Emeka Bega and him yesterday. The judge emphasized it was interpreting the APC constitution. And even if they said, okay, they were removed because of a presumption on allegation of being involved in anti-party activities at the last elections in 2023, the judge said the matter was not proven. The evidence of anti-party was not before him. As far as I was concerned, there's also nothing before him to show that the party gave the elected executive members any right of fair hearing. And it goes to Section 36 of the Constitution, which is at the roots of. And of course, the APC Constitution itself is subject to the Nigerian Constitution. So when he's about even internal affairs of the party, he distinguished the issues based on case law.
Mr. Eli also said until the appeal court hears and rules on the appeal, former Rivers APC caretaker chairman Tony Okocha cannot claim to be the party leader in Rivers State. Mr. Eli, who is also an APC member, warned that Mr. Okocha could face legal consequences if he continues to present himself as the chairman.
It does not lie in his mouth to say anything contrary to what the judgment said. There were declarations made by the judge restraining him and members who are appointed as Caretaker Committee, members of the APC, by the APC National Working Committee. They are so restrained forever until a higher court, in this case an appeal court, sets that judgment aside. So if you have respect for the rule of law, you wouldn't even address yourself anywhere as the chairman of what? That has been nullified yesterday. And a nullity is a nullity. You have a right to appeal that judgment. Until that judgment is appealed against and until the appeal court makes a proclamation, you are at the point where the High Court left you.
Recall that after the High Court sacked the Tony Okocha-led executives of the APC, Mr. Okocha claimed that he remains the chairman. He said he has instructed his lawyers to appeal the decision. Last November, the APC National Working Committee, led by Abdullahi Ganduje, dissolved the executive committee at all levels in Rivers State, led by Emeka Bike. The NWC then appointed a 7-member caretaker committee to run the affairs of the party for the next 6 months. The tenure of the CTC was again extended for another 6 months. The official mandate of the caretaker committee is to conduct a fresh comprehensive electronic membership registration in the state and prepare for the conduct of congresses for the party at various levels, from the ward to the state. In the meantime, a youth activist in Rivers State, Charles Jaja, has advised Rivers youth to start resisting politicians from using them to achieve their selfish agenda. Mr. Jaja said this in reaction to a solidarity walk by a group said to be Renewed Hope Family.
Organizing these counter-protests in whatever form, whether in solidarity and all these things, is it what the country needs? Is it that there's no hunger in the land? Is it that our leaders are saying there's no hunger in the land? And this youth, I need to advise them, because if you take the 2K today, would it solve the whole of a problem? Would you not have a need for other things the next day? And yet, those who created unemployment, environment for unemployment and poverty are the same persons that you are going out to march in solidarity with. This is unfortunate and awful. And I think that the youth should have a rethink.
Away from that, a public affairs analyst, Opunabo Nkotaria, says he believes the explosion at the State Secretariat of the Action People's Party, APP, was meant to make Rivers State ungovernable and attract a state of emergency. Mr. Nkotaria, in an interview with correspondent Onyekachi Musu, claims the attack was spearheaded by those who had called for a state of emergency in the state.
There is a relentless attempt on the side of the governors, traducers, and opponents to cause mayhem in the state, to make the state ungovernable for the governor, and if possible, for the federal government to declare a state of emergency in Rivers State. Don't forget, Tony Okocha had called on the president to declare a state of emergency in Rivers State. And so they will stop at nothing to ensure that the state remains ungovernable. While you might think that the APP is relatively unknown when compared to other political parties like the APC and the PDP, the whole essence is to cause insecurity.
Mr. Nkotaria also doubts the sincerity of the police to properly investigate and prosecute the perpetrators and sponsors of the attack. In other news, residents of Rivers and other states in the South have been warned to expect a blackout soon, as electricity will be shut down if the demands of workers at the Port Harcourt Electricity Distribution Company (PHEDC) are not met by the government. Speaking to correspondent Obiorunware, the Southeast Deputy Secretary of the Senior Staff Association of Electricity Allied Company, Innocent Lord Douglas, said electricity will be shut down if after 2 days the authorities fail to meet their demands.
We are waiting for management to call for meeting and see if we can resolve the matter. But until we resolve the matter, the situation is going to remain the same. Of course, we are going to give 2 days tolerance, which is today and tomorrow. If they don't comply, we are going to start shutting down supply, because we are going to do everything that is going to make them to come and settle the matter we are having with them. 2 days tolerance means that we are giving 2 days day of grace. So if the 2 days day of grace expires, we are now start shutting down supplies. But now all the offices are shut down. Yeah, all the offices are shut down and all our members have been retrieved from the official assignment.
Mr. Lord Douglas said part of their demands include the payment of the new minimum wage.
Yeah, initially it was not, because we thought that we are going to have a kind of union management relationship and resolve some of those things. But when we see the complacent of management, we decided to extend our tent. So now both the new minimum wage of 70,000 is also on the table to be discussed. And even those that have been on a casual for over 3,000 workers have been on casual for over 3-4 years now are also part of the discussion table now.
As you may know, PHEDC workers threatened to shut down operations at the company's headquarters, outstations, and affiliate offices at the end of its 14-day ultimatum. The workers accused the company of failing to remit monies deducted from their salaries to their retirement savings account, as disclosed by the Pension Funds Administrator. In the meantime, indigents of Omoma local government area are commending the caretaker committee chairman of the council, Promise Reginald, for paying their electricity bills and ensuring the restoration of power to the communities. Some of them who spoke with our correspondent said they only enjoy electricity when they sell their palm fruit to pay their electricity bills after many years of neglect by the previous administration. They called on the CTC chairman to contest the forthcoming local government elections in order to continue his good works.
For the restoration of the light, my own community, has sold our palm for more than 7 years to pay NEPA bill. But as soon as this man stepped into office, he paid NEPA bills, he restored our light. Over the weekend, I slept 2 days at home. There was light all through, and he has extended the light currently now to every community, to the glory of God. I am calling on Right Honorable Reginald Promise to come and run for the council elections.
He came and he knew the need of his people. He decided to start restoring light. Even today, as I speak with you, Umukamano village, the electric pole just arrived now. So they're calling on him, telling His Excellency to please allow him to come back.
He kept calling me from the village that they've been enjoying steady light. There'll be no need to go and charge phones and somebody. And even the barbers, how would they make it when they keep buying fuel to bad people's house? So we are very grateful to our caretaker chairman.
Earlier, the CTC chairman of Omoma local government area, Promise Reginald, said the payment of electricity bills of the communities will be continuous.
Also embarked on erecting poles in those areas that were disconnected. So far, our people are very much happy with us. And as a matter of fact, the people in charge, they're also cooperating. We have decided as a government to take it upon ourselves to ensure that we pay their light bills on a monthly basis. And this is going to last throughout our 3 months. And if, by God's grace, we return elected, if the people and the government agree to do so, we also intend to pay these light bills as far as we are going to stay in office. So the days are gone when communities will come out to say that palm front pay for light bills.
Still to come, Governor Fubara urges Rivers journalists to uphold ethics, reaffirms media support. Stay with us.
Light Up Port Harcourt Music Festival,
hosted by Tacha, Obi Ivy, and Akman Okon. Over 10,000 will be in attendance to enjoy epic performances by Adepa Hustlers, Wonder Banting, Wizard Chan, Dan Jeezy, Harris Song, Ida Hams, and many more.
Top DJs, Music Boy, DJ Savvy, and
You're welcome back, and now the rest of the news. Governor Siminalayi Fubara has advised journalists in the state to uphold the ethics of the profession in ensuring that democracy thrives while calling for good governance. Governor Fubara, who was represented by the Commissioner for Information, Joe Johnson, said this yesterday at the Nigerian Union of Journalists NUJ Rivers State Council as they celebrate the 2024 Press Week. He assured the media of the state government's support.
In this era of massive social media innovation and dominance in the media and communication space, with an appeal to all of you to please continue to uphold the sacred and noble ethics of the profession. This is a key fundamental obligation you must hold here in carrying out your duties of ensuring factual, accurate, and objective presentation of stories which are germane to the overall growth. It is a welcome development.
On a part, the chairman of the occasion, Ibi Seminitari, charged journalists to ensure public trust is achieved while working against fake news and misinformation.
but it hasn't taken away our right to verify every fact. We must work against the proliferation of fake news, the growing wave of misinformation, and the resulting erosion of public trust in the media. This is where the union comes in. The union must step into its role of safeguarding the voice of the media. Responsible journalism is crucial as it underscores the importance of ethical reporting with accuracy, fairness, and accountability.
Also speaking, Chairman of the Rivers NUJ Council, Stanley Job, thanked the Governor, Siminalayi Fubara, for his support towards press freedom in the state and also appealed to the Governor to rehabilitate the NUJ Secretariat.
We profoundly disrupted the traditional media landscape, but it hasn't taken away our right to verify every fact. We must work.
Apologies for that mix-up. Now in business, the federal government has received 70 hybrid jet movers buses from Jet Motor Company to improve transportation in Nigeria. The buses, which use both compressed natural gas and petrol, aim to offer affordable and comfortable travel. Speaking at the handover event held at Jet Motor Company's plant in Ajah, Lagos, the technical assistant to the permanent secretary of the Ministry of Finance, Dimas Hamidu, noted the high quality of the vehicle. In entertainment, Nigerian Chike caused a stir line yesterday evening when he gifted 1 million naira to who said the late Afrobeat star Mohbad made him. In sport, Kylian Mbappe is expected to make his debut for Real Madrid in the UEFA Super Cup against Atalanta today. Coach Carlo Ancelotti confirmed that Mbappe, who joined the team in July from Paris Saint-Germain, is in good physical condition and adapting well.
And now we'll bring you news from around the world.
A Thai court has dismissed Prime Minister Srettha Thavisin, previously jailed, to his cabinet. The Constitutional Court ruled that Mr. Srettha violated ethical rules and displayed defiant behavior. Mr. Srettha, who had been in power for a year, is a minister in 16 years. Thai court.
This is 92.3 Nigeria Info.
That's a wrap on news this afternoon. Before we go, let's have a look at the stories. Governor Fubara will swear in Commissioner Designate and Special Advisors today. A lawyer has warned APC's Okocha against resisting his sack by a high court. Blackout rooms as FCCT worker in a foreign statement constitution. Noted by Martha Carey. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp to 0808-721-7215. I'm Ifechukwu Moyali. Many thanks for listening.